Hello students, hope all are fine. Today we are going to study chapter 6 Age of Guptas. So in our previous class we had studied about sources of Gupta period and we had studied contribution in the field of education and today we'll continue with the contribution in the field of science. So students, in Gupta period, there was a great contribution made in the field of science, especially in astronomy, medicine, meteorology, etc. So scientists like Varaha Mihira, he was a great astronomer and he proved that moon rotates round the earth and the earth rotates round the sun. So this theory now everyone know because there are various sources which gives the information regarding this theory. Whereas in those days people were unaware of this theory. Okay, there was no satellites or no telescope to prove this, but still Varaha Mihira he had proved that the moon rotates around the earth and earth rotates around the sun. So that was the Brihat Samhita of Varaha Mihira. It deals with astronomy. Okay, so botany, natural science, physical geography, etc. So he was a great astronomer. Next we can see about Brahma Gupta. He was a great mathematician as well as astronomer also. So he had proved the law of gravitation, that is before Newton gave this theory. Okay, but the world was not knowing about this. Only when Newton said about the law of gravity, people came to know. But earlier itself, in Gupta period itself, Brahmagupta he had proved about the law of gravitation. Next you can see in the field of metallurgy or scientific study of metals. It also had reached a great advance in those days. So for that best example you can see the iron pillar which is situated at Mehruli near Qutub Minar. Okay, so now also that pillar is standing without rusting. Okay, so all the temperature, moisture, rainfall, everything, this iron pillar it is undergoing and it is standing in a open area, but still now also it is standing without rusting. So that shows that the people of Gupta age they had good knowledge about meteorology. Next is that Charaka and Shushruta, they were great scholars of Ayurveda. It is said that Shushruta was the first surgeon of India, that is plastic surgery and all he was doing. Okay, and even Charaka he was also called as father of Indian medicines. Next we'll go to Aryabhatta. Aryabhatta, I hope everyone have heard this name about Aryabhatta. He was a great astronomer as well as mathematician, and he had written two famous books called Aryabhattiyam and Surya Siddhanta. Okay, so according to this two book he says that the earth moves round the sun. It was several centuries before the Europeans said this, he had invented regarding this theory, that is earth moves round the sun. Okay, because in those days people They were believing that earth was flat and the sun was moving around the earth. Okay. So next is that he discovered the rule for finding the angle of triangle, and he calculated the exact value of pi, which was equal to 3.1416. The credit for development of trigonometry also goes to him, and his work Surya Siddhanta, he explains the exact cause of solar and lunar eclipse also, and is the person who had invented the decimal system as well as the use of zero. Okay. So next we'll see about the cultural contributions of Gupta here. So Gupta Empire, it was well organized under successful rulers. So their political stability, so trade, commerce, everything flourished. So this economic prosperity, it allowed the people to move towards other work like art and crafts. Okay. So agriculture was prosperous, then trade and commerce also became prosperous. So now the people started to think different. Okay. So slowly their mind moved towards art and crafts and literary activities. So like that you can see that in Gupta age there was a development in the field of Indian culture. So during Gupta period, temples were built with elaborate details. Like early period, they were constructing the temples with the help of wood and other perishable material. Perishable means it may get damaged very soon. Okay. So now in Gupta age, they started to construct the temples with the help of solid materials like bricks and stones. For that, best example is that the Vishnu temple at Diogar. The Vishnu temple, it is also called as Dashavatara temple here. Okay, Dashavatara means 10 avatars of Vishnu. Okay. So this is one of the finest examples of Gupta architecture, and this temple you can find about 125 kilometer from Jhansi in UP, and it is one of the earliest Hindu stone temples to be survived till now, because almost all the temples are destroyed, okay, by the foreign rulers. So this temple, even though it is damaged, it is still standing. Okay. So it was the first North Indian temple with a shikara or a tower, because in North India most of the temples does not have this shikara or a tower. Okay. So although little part of this is disappeared now, you can see in the picture here above it is destroyed. Okay. So even though it is destroyed, you can see that the temple is still standing there, and this temple is made out of stone and bricks, and the temple was built on a 1.5 meter height platform. You can see the platform here on which the temple is standing. Okay. So this platform is of 1.5 meter, and you can see 4 straight ways outside the platform, Okay, so here you can see four sides stairways are there. Okay, that is steps are there to go inside the temple as well as to come out of the temple. Four sides steps are there. And here the temple is decorated, or the architecture is done from the scenes of Ramayan scenes are sculptures are carved on the temples here, and the entrance and pillars were adorned with countless paintings and carvings. So many paintings and carvings are done on the entrance and the pillars. So this temple, it is dedicated to Lord Vishnu, who is the who is called as God of Preserver. Okay, so here God of Creator is Brahma, and the God of Preserver is Vishnu, and the God of Destroyer is Lord Shiva. It is according to the Hindu mythology. Okay, so this temple, it is dedicated to Lord Vishnu. So Lord Vishnu, who is shown as asleep on a coil of a gained serpent called Sheshnag. Okay, so in that position the statue is, that is Lord Vishnu is sleeping on a gained serpent called Sheshnag. Okay, so there was an outer wall around the temple, but it is not seen now, and it was destroyed by the rulers. Okay, so I hope this topic is clear to you all, that is science and culture. So students, everyone read this topic once again. Thank you children. Have a nice day.